Well, hello, lovely people. Welcome to Tuesday. I had a thing this morning that my mind was absolutely blown. There I was on my walk, stompy, 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 and I was listening to a podcast on Spotify, but it's also available on Apple, and also almost certainly, definitely on BBC Sounds because it's a BBC programme called 28-ish Days Later. There I was listening to this podcast and I heard a woman say, and of course I understood my periods much better, talking about her having periods and her, I've forgotten what the word is for it. It's just kind of, oh dear, it'll come back to me, about having her periods. And she said, and of course I understood that I was ovulating when my sensory profile changed, when I could really massively feel holding my son's hand differently. Turns out the woman was the amazing Maisie Hill, who's written a book called Period Power. And what she does is she describes having periods in 4 different seasons and the really good bits and the less good bits of each parts of those. And I want to run away and read this book, so I haven't read this book yet. But I was listening to her describe how her profile is different, how what she experiences from a sensory point is totally different. And I felt 2 different things. Firstly, I felt, wow, that's absolutely brilliant. I need to share that with everybody I know, those who have a uterus and those who don't, because everybody needs to understand how these things work. And the second thing was being actually really cross that I hadn't known this before. How did I not know this about my body? I am so annoyed. I've got to this age where it's now completely academic and in the past, because that's long gone, that I really wish I had understood that it was okay to feel like you're on a bit of a roller coaster of emotions and physicality, and there are going to be some times where you feel you could take on the universe, and there are going to be other times where you just want to crawl into bed, and there are going to be times where you just feel like you want to eat everything in the world. I could inhale chocolate at particular parts of my cycle, and there are going to be times where you just kind of are in a kind of waiting period. So she describes it as spring, summer, autumn and winter. And spring is the time where your body's kind of getting ready to meet somebody, to get everything ready to fertilise an egg and have a child. That's kind of the way that your hormones are designed to work. But it makes you more confident, it makes you more able to talk to people, it makes your hair look lustrous and gorgeous, it makes you far more fascinating and fun to be with. Whereas at other times in your cycle, you may just want to be in bed and you may be in a lot of pain. And I mean a lot of pain, and how many of us really do suffer with a lot of pain. And I thought, well, how the hell did I not know this before? So I'm going to put a link to her book in the chat below. But I just think it's unbelievable that we go through being so unsighted, so unaware of what's happening. And I just reflect that there have been so many times where I think because we struggle with interoception, we struggle with understanding what's going on inside our bodies. We're told that we don't feel what we feel. If we're told that we don't feel what we feel enough, we become divorced from it, and it's kind of like a trauma response. And I think understanding how your hormone cycle works and what your body could potentially be doing at those times is one way of beginning to open that book and understand what's happening. When you understand what's happening, oh my word, you're not going to feel like you're going mad. You're not going to feel like you're out of control. You're going to understand that you're just going on a very predictable, repeatable, dependable cycle, actually, along with lots of other people. And we need to have these conversations more. So just sharing that with you, kind of mind blown. All the things I wish I knew. All the things I wish I knew. And I'll talk about other things another time, but I will share Maisie Hill's book and I'll share the podcast I was listening to because I think it's phenomenal. So the podcast, again, was called 28-ish Days Later. Love the title. And Maisie's book is Maisie Hill, and the book is called Period Power. And there will be more. Brilliant. Lovely to see you, Lynn. I think I agree. It's such a great topic. Such an important topic. We need to be touched. Wonderful. Lots of love to all of you. Let me know how it goes for you. I'd love to know if this really unlocks something for you. Take care. Speak to you all soon. Lots of love.